Elizabeth, the payment deadline is the end of this month. When can I come pick up the money? I don't have plans this weekend, so I could come to your place. What? What payment are you talking about, Amanda? Seriously? You forgot something this important? Elizabeth, the payment deadline for our wedding is the end of this month. What? I mean, the total wedding cost is $50,000, which has to be paid to the venue by the end of the month. We'll prepare $20,000, so you'll need to prepare the remaining $30,000, please. Excuse me? Why should I prepare $30,000? The wedding reception should be paid for by the bride and groom. What? You're really not going to help? This is your son's wedding too, you know. I've been planning everything for months, and we agreed on this beautiful venue. Do you want Connor to have a cheap wedding? Really not going to help? I don't recall ever discussing payment arrangements with you. When did we agree I would cover part of the costs? Exactly. It's our wedding, but it's an important event for you too, right? Plus, I'm this cute and charming girl who's becoming your daughter-in-law, so it makes sense for you to pay your share. Don't all mothers want their sons to have perfect weddings? I thought you'd be excited to contribute. Connor said you'd be happy to help. Connor said that? I find that hard to believe. I've never heard of that making sense. I was planning to give a nice wedding gift, but I'm not responsible for the ceremony costs. That's not how this works, Amanda. Oh, come on! Don't tell me you were counting on my money to plan this wedding. I went with the more expensive venue because I thought you'd help. Are you going to make us downgrade everything at the last minute? Is that the kind of impression you want to make on my family? That's exactly right. So the $50,000 for the costs is definitely covered by your savings, right? If you planned a $50,000 wedding, you should have the money to pay for it. It's not my responsibility to cover costs I never agreed to. We do have it, but why won't you contribute? Everyone I know had help from their in-laws. My friend Jessica's mother-in-law paid for half of their wedding. My cousin's in-laws covered the entire reception. It's your important son's wedding. You have plenty of inheritance money, so you could at least help out. I don't understand why you're being so difficult about this. Inheritance money? What inheritance money are you talking about? Yes, from your husband who passed away early. Connor told me there was a decent amount, so don't try to hide it. He mentioned you received a substantial sum when his father died. That's why I wasn't worried about the venue cost. I assumed you'd want to use some of that money for Connor's special day. I don't know what you heard from my son, but my husband's inheritance is long gone. It was all used up ages ago. I had to raise Connor on my own after his father passed. That money went toward giving him a good childhood and education. What? So you were counting on the inheritance money? I'm speechless at how presumptuous you are. Is there really no inheritance left? You spent it all? How irresponsible! Normally, people save some of that for their children, right? Like, here's your dad's money, use it well. That's what usually happens, isn't it? You were supposed to save it for Connor, not blow through it all yourself. I wish I could have done that, but we didn't have that kind of money. I barely had enough to support myself and Connor at the time. The inheritance was completely used up. I had to make difficult choices as a single mother. Every penny went toward providing Connor with a stable home and good opportunities. I never blew through anything. You're kidding me. This can't be happening. I was so sure there was still inheritance money. I even thought you hadn't touched any of it. I thought you'd give it all to us. That's why I've been so nice to you all this time. I put up with all your boring stories and pretended to care. Is that so? I can't believe you were thinking that. Amanda, you're more greedy than I thought. I'm shocked you'd admit something like this. I'm not the greedy one. You are. I mean, using up all of your husband's inheritance? What was the point of me sucking up to you all this time? All that fake niceness was for nothing. Do you know how many times I had to sit through your tedious photo albums? How many times I pretended to enjoy your terrible cooking, and now I find out there's no payoff? What? So your attitude was all calculated? You were only being kind to me because you thought I had money? I actually thought you enjoyed spending time with me. Obviously, I thought you had money, so I put on this sweet act to impress my future mother-in-law. And now it was all wasted. I can't believe this. Do you know how hard it was to listen to all your stories about Connor's childhood? To pretend I cared about your gardening hobby? To act interested in your book club? All for nothing. I thought you were a sweet and wonderful daughter-in-law, but it was all just an act? I'm so disappointed in you, Amanda. I genuinely enjoyed our time together. I thought we were building a relationship. This is truly heartbreaking to hear. If there's no inheritance, fine. I'll have to reconsider our future relationship. What's the point of having a broke mother-in-law? You'll probably expect us to support you when you're older. Well, I'll be going now. Please don't contact me unless it's absolutely necessary. I need to figure out how to come up with another $30,000 by the end of the month. Thanks for nothing.
Mom, I'm sorry. Did Amanda send you some weird messages? Did she ask about the inheritance or something? I just saw her on her phone looking upset. I hope she didn't say anything inappropriate.
She sent some extremely strange messages. She demanded I pay for wedding costs and asked about your father's inheritance. She also admitted she was only nice to me because she thought I had money. Is this really the person you're marrying, Connor? I'm very concerned.
I'm really sorry. I had no idea she would contact you about money. I'm shocked she would say those things about pretending to like you. That's not the Amanda I know. I'll talk to Amanda properly later. This is completely unacceptable.
Before that, you need to explain this to me. It seems you told Amanda about your father's inheritance. Does that mean you're after the inheritance too? Have you been giving her false expectations? I thought I raised you better than that.
No, that's not it. I did mention the inheritance, but Amanda completely misunderstood and went in a weird direction. I would never expect you to pay for our wedding, and I definitely never told her to ask you for money. I'm horrified that she did this.
So what exactly did you tell her? She made it sound like I'm living luxuriously off your father's inheritance. Like I'm selfishly hoarding money that should be yours. I need to understand what gave her this impression.
It just came up naturally in conversation. She asked if things were hard growing up in a single-parent household, so I told her that thanks to Dad's inheritance, we didn't struggle too much. But she totally misunderstood and now thinks there's enough inheritance to live on forever. I never implied you were rich or that there was any money left. I was just trying to explain that we weren't destitute after Dad died.
You've got to be kidding me. She turned that into thinking I'm sitting on a fortune. I worked so hard to make sure you had a normal childhood.
Of course I tried to clear things up, but the more I denied it, the more suspicious she became. Like, you must really have it if you're trying this hard to hide it. She thought that if she asked you for wedding costs, you'd cover everything. She kept saying that all mothers want to contribute to their son's wedding. I tried to explain that wasn't how you operated, but she wouldn't listen.
So that's why she contacted me. She's been planning this behind your back? Connor, I'm worried about your relationship. Just to be clear, Connor, you do have enough saved for the wedding, right? You're not counting on your parents at all, are you? Because I'd hate to think you're in the same mindset as Amanda.
I'd never count on you for that. Of course we're planning to pay the full amount ourselves, and we've been saving for it. I'm so ashamed of Amanda right now. We've been saving for over a year for this wedding. We absolutely have the funds. I have no idea why she would try to get more money from you.
Then I'll stick to my plan and not pay a cent. I'll give a wedding gift in the amount that feels right to me. Don't expect an extravagant gift, not after these disturbing messages. I'm genuinely questioning whether I should attend at all.
Your feelings are more than enough. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to skip it after this. And I'm really sorry about all this. I never imagined Amanda would behave this way. I need to have a serious conversation with her about our values. I'll properly explain everything to Amanda before the wedding. This is completely unacceptable behavior.
You'd better. Please do that. Otherwise, I won't feel comfortable attending the wedding. I can't sit there pretending everything is fine, not knowing she's been faking her affection for me.
Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her tonight when I get home. I'm sorry she hurt you, Mom.
So make sure you have a good talk with Amanda, and let me know how it goes. Hey, Elizabeth, what were you thinking at the wedding yesterday? That was seriously messed up. You barely even smiled in the photos. Everyone noticed how cold you were.
What? What are you talking about? I thought I was perfectly pleasant.
Yeah, you didn't contribute a penny to the wedding costs, and your gift was only a few $1,000s. Is this how you show you care about your son? My parents gave us 10 times what you did.
Amanda, what exactly are you unhappy about? I told you from the beginning I wouldn't help with the wedding costs, and a few $1,000s is a pretty decent gift. I thought the wedding was lovely, and I was genuinely happy for you both. I don't understand why you're messaging me like this.
I see. So you're saying our wedding is only worth a few thousand to you. You're saying it's not worth any more than that. Do you know how much weddings cost these days? Your gift barely covered the flowers. My friends' in-laws gave them down payments for houses as wedding gifts, and all we get is a few $1,000s?
What? I'm not responsible for what other people's in-laws give them. I gave what I could comfortably afford. I thought it was a generous gift.
This is the first time I've been so blatantly disrespected. But fine, if that's how it's going to be, I'll accept the challenge. I'm cutting ties with you. I won't force Connor to choose, but don't expect to be welcome in our home. Don't expect to be included in any future family events. Don't expect to meet your grandchildren, if we have any.
Wait a minute, Amanda. How are you interpreting things this way? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and I had no such intention. You're completely overreacting to a normal wedding gift. This is very concerning behavior. Please reconsider what you're saying.
No, you were definitely picking a fight with me last night. When a mother-in-law disappoints her daughter-in-law like that, normal people would bring money. But you just showed up to the wedding like nothing was wrong, only bringing a gift. That's clearly picking a fight with me. You should have come to me privately and apologized for not being able to help more. You should have explained your financial situation. Instead, you acted like everything was fine.
Amanda, I don't owe you an explanation of my finances, and there was nothing to apologize for. I never promised to pay for your wedding.
Even if you don't have your husband's inheritance, a mother should bring a decent amount of money. But you didn't. So either you're picking a fight with me, or you really are broke. Which is it? Are you intentionally disrespecting me, or are you actually poor?
Amanda, please calm down. This conversation is getting very inappropriate. I don't think you're in a rational state of mind right now. Maybe we should talk when you've had some time to cool off. I'm worried about you.
Come to think of it, Connor explained everything about the inheritance. How you used up all the inheritance and now live on a pension. I thought it was just a lie to throw me off. But was this actually true? Are you actually living on a meager pension? Is that why your gift was so pathetic?
Pretty much, yes. Living alone in retirement doesn't cost that much. So, with a modest pension, I can live quite comfortably. I'm not wealthy, but I'm not destitute either. I don't see why my financial situation is any of your business. This obsession with money is alarming, Amanda.
Can't help with your son's wedding and living on a pension. Looks like I've been seriously mistaken about you. My eyes are finally open, for real. I thought marrying Connor meant joining a family with resources. I thought his mother would be someone who could help us get ahead in life, but you're just a burden waiting to happen. I finally realized you're just a poor old lady, so let's cut ties right now. I don't need to know about a poor mother-in-law who can't help us at all. I'll tell Connor you were rude to me so he won't question it. He always takes my side anyway.
Excuse me? You're definitely not seeing things clearly. Now you're calling me a poor old lady and planning to lie to my son about me? This is beyond inappropriate. I think you need help, Amanda.
You're living on a pension, aren't you? That makes you poor, doesn't it? Living on a pension, dipping into your savings, having to carefully budget every month. I have no use for a mother-in-law like that. Let's cut ties before I get dragged into taking care of you later. I'm not going to waste my youth caring for Connor's elderly mother. Not when you can't even help us now when we need it.
What? So that's what this is about? You're worried about having to take care of me when I'm older? I can assure you that will never be necessary. I've planned my retirement carefully.
You didn't help with the wedding and only gave a few thousand as a gift. I absolutely won't take care of such a stingy poor person. Go away, you pension-dependent old hag. I have no use for a broke mother-in-law. I'll be sure to tell Connor how cruel you were to me after the wedding, how you called me ungrateful and spoiled. He'll never speak to you again.
Apologize to my mother right now! I can't believe what I'm reading. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Huh? Who is this?
How dare you talk to my mother like that? I explained everything to you, but you still expected financial support? And now you're making unilateral declarations to cut ties because things didn't go your way? I'm completely disgusted by your stupidity. And threatening to lie to me about her? Seriously? Did you think I would never find out?
Wait a minute. Connor, is that you? Why are you on Elizabeth's texts? Did she show you our private conversation? That's so inappropriate.
I happen to be with Mom. We're starting our new life in our new place today. We came to get some of my stuff from my old room. Mom didn't show me anything. I've been watching this whole exchange happen. Your behavior is inexcusable.
Oh, I see. So Mom got a message from me and said she would check it, and you've been watching this whole time? You should have let me know you were there. This was supposed to be a private conversation between me and your mother. I wouldn't have been so honest if I knew you were reading everything.
Yes, that's right. Honest is one way to put it. Your honesty has been quite revealing.
This whole time? Wait, you're joking. Have you been watching this conversation from the beginning? Like, from the very first message?
Oh yeah, I saw everything. You're attacking my mom, calling her a poor, pension-dependent lady. I watched it all with my own eyes. Every single insulting word, every threat to lie to me about her. So why don't you explain yourself to me about the wedding costs and my dad's inheritance? We agreed you wouldn't talk to my mom about money, remember? You promised me you'd never bring up financial matters with her. You swore to me that that wasn't why you were marrying me.
You're taking this out of context. I was just upset about the wedding gift. You know how emotional I get sometimes. I didn't mean all those horrible things.
Yet you broke your promise to me and you're being incredibly disrespectful to my mother. What were you thinking? Did you honestly believe I would side with you after seeing how you talked to her? After seeing you threaten to turn me against my own mother with lies? Did you think I would ever choose someone who speaks that way about my mom?
I just couldn't stand it. I had such high expectations for Elizabeth, but she really didn't give us a penny, and I couldn't forgive that. That's why I sent those confrontational messages. I was hurt and disappointed. Can't you understand that? All my friends got substantial help from their in-laws. I just felt like your mother didn't value us.
How does that lead to declaring you're cutting ties? How does that justify calling her a poor old hag? You're acting like a spoiled child. You don't get to say whatever you want just because you're unhappy. Those messages revealed your true character, Amanda. And it's not someone I want to be married to.
Shut up! If she doesn't like it, she can stop being my mother-in-law. I don't want to take care of someone who won't give us money. What's wrong with cutting ties in advance? Don't act like you weren't disappointed too. You always said your mom would help us get started in life. You implied she had resources.
What did you just say? So because she's on a pension, there's no future money in it for you? No help with buying a house or a car or when we have kids? Is that what you're saying? Is this marriage just a financial arrangement to you? Did you marry me for my mom's supposed money?
That's exactly right. There's no point in being nice to someone who can't help us financially. Why should I pretend to like her boring stories and terrible cooking? Why should I spend holidays with someone who has nothing to offer us? Being part of a family should come with benefits.
Is money all you care about? Is that all that matters to you? What about love, respect, support? What about being part of a family that cares about each other?
Of course. Why would I want a mother-in-law with no benefits? A broke mother-in-law deserves to be cut off by her daughter-in-law. It's just practical. We need to surround ourselves with people who can help us succeed, not dead weight who will need our help later.
What if my mom had an annual passive income of $200,000? Would you take back your declaration then? Would that be enough benefit for you? Would you suddenly start respecting her again?
Sure, if she had that, I'd take back what I said. I'd be the perfect daughter-in-law. I'd listen to all her boring stories. I'd help her with anything she needed. But a pension-dependent old lady wouldn't have that kind of money. So, it's a pointless hypothetical.
She does. She actually does have that kind of money.
What?
She has it. $200,000 in passive income. Mom makes $200,000 a year just from stock dividends. She's been investing wisely for decades. That pension you keep mocking, it's just a small part of her income. She lives modestly by choice, not necessity.
Huh? Wait a minute. You're joking, right? That can't be true. $200,000 means she's invested millions. There's no way she has that kind of money. She lives in that small house. She drives that old car. She doesn't even have designer clothes.
That's right, she's making that much. Mom owns significant shares in various companies, so she receives an unbelievable amount in dividends. But she's not flashy or materialistic. She values financial security over showing off. That's why she still lives in our family home. That's why she still drives her reliable car. That's why she spends on experiences rather than status symbols.
Wait, is this really true? Elizabeth is actually wealthy? All this time? But she acts so normal.
After Dad died early, Mom worked incredibly hard. She raised me as a single mother, doing everything she could. She didn't use Dad's inheritance for herself, but spent it all on me. And while working from morning till night, she actively invested. She studied the market, made smart choices, and reinvested her earnings. She sacrificed so much to build that portfolio. That's right. Mom said that as a woman, there's a limit to how much you can earn through regular work. That's why she had to invest. She says it was tough at times, but now she has assets worth millions. I really respect her as her son. She taught me the value of hard work, smart financial planning, and living within your means. She could afford a mansion, but she stays in the home where we have memories. She could buy luxury cars, but she keeps her reliable sedan. She values substance over appearance, something you clearly don't understand.
Wait, so Elizabeth isn't a poor pension-dependent woman? She's actually super rich? But she doesn't act rich at all. She never mentioned any of this. Why would she hide it?
Yes, that's right. She doesn't flaunt her wealth. She doesn't define herself by it. And after seeing how you behave, can you blame her for not advertising it? She can spot gold diggers from a mile away. That's why she never told you.
What's with that? If she has that much money, she could have helped with the wedding costs. She could have paid the full $50,000, not just $30,000. How stingy can she be to not give us a penny? With that kind of money, our wedding costs would be nothing to her. She could have given us a proper start.
You're beyond stingy. You're just a shameless gold digger. No matter how much money my mother has, it's all hers. She earned it while raising me, taking risks, and working hard. We have no right to make demands. The fact that you still think you're entitled to her money after what you've said proves what kind of person you are. You don't care about her. You only care about what she can give you.
But if she has millions, a few $100,000 is nothing. She wouldn't even miss it. Most mothers want to help their children start their married lives. She's just being selfish. Think of what we could do with that money.
Amanda, it seems our values are fundamentally incompatible. I'm heading home now, and we need to talk about divorce. I cannot stay married to someone who views my mother as an ATM. Someone who was planning to lie to me and turn me against her. Someone who only values others for what they can provide financially.
Divorce? You can't be serious. We just got married yesterday. You can't throw away our marriage over one heated conversation. I love you, Connor.
See you later. I've picked up the divorce papers, so I'm heading home. We need to end this before it goes any further. I can see now that you never loved me. You only loved what you thought you could get from my family.
Wait, Connor, I don't want a divorce. We just had our wedding yesterday. Why are you saying this? We can work through this. I was just upset and said things I didn't mean. Please don't make a decision when you're angry.
You're making me say it. I'll return this phone to my mom. I'll listen to what you have to say when I get home, but my mind is made up. I won't stay with someone who treats my mother this way.
How could you do this to me? This is all your fault, Elizabeth. Now I'm getting divorced because of you. If you had just helped with the wedding costs, none of this would have happened. If you had been honest about your wealth, I would have been respectful. I finally got married, and now I'm being thrown away. This can't be happening. All because you had to be so secretive and stingy.
Yet it is happening. Thanks to this, you and I are no longer in-laws, just strangers. I couldn't be happier. You've shown your true colors, Amanda, and those colors are very ugly indeed. Take care now. I hope you learned something from this experience. Perhaps about valuing people for who they are, not what they have.
Wait, I'm not done yet. You can't just dismiss me like this. Since your actions led to my divorce, at least help me out at the end. You owe me that much. After all, you're the reason my marriage is falling apart. If you had just been upfront about your finances, we wouldn't be here.
How exactly did my actions lead to your divorce? I believe your own words and behavior did that. I don't see how this is my responsibility at all.
Please lend me some money right now. I wanted to get back at you, so I put all my savings into investments. Then there was a huge crash overnight, and I lost everything. I created a $200,000 debt in just one day. I was trying to build wealth like you did. I thought if I could make a big return quickly, I could show Connor I didn't need your money. But it all went wrong, and now I have nothing.
What? Wait, this isn't a simulation or something. This was a real investment? You really put all your savings into it? What kind of investment loses everything overnight? What were you thinking? This sounds extremely reckless.
Yes, I did. I thought beginner's luck would help me if I went all in, right? I used margin trading to increase my position. My friend's boyfriend showed me how. He said it was foolproof. But you have $200,000 a year, don't you? You could spare 1 year's worth for me, couldn't you? I'll be the perfect daughter-in-law. I'll help with cooking and cleaning. I'll drive you to appointments. It's a fair trade, right?
Stop saying such ridiculous things. I'm enjoying living alone, and I don't need anyone taking care of me, and I have no intention of giving my hard-earned money to anyone, especially not someone who just called me a pension-dependent old hag. Especially not someone who planned to lie to my son about me. Your offer is insulting.
Don't be so cold. We're close, aren't we? I made a mistake, but everyone deserves a second chance. I'm desperate here. Please help me just this once.
Close? You've broken up with Connor and declared you're cutting ties with me. How dare you contact me now? How dare you claim we're close after everything you've said? Your desperation doesn't change the fact that you showed your true character. Actions have consequences, Amanda.
Well, I had no choice. I can't tell my parents about this. They disown me. They invested so much in the wedding. They would be heartbroken to know it's over already. Please, I'm begging you. I'll do anything.
In that case, I'll contact your parents for you. Leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to them directly. They deserve to know what's happened. Perhaps they can help you with your debt.
Please don't do that. My parents would be devastated. My father has a heart condition. This news could literally kill him. I haven't even told them about the divorce yet. Please, I'm begging you.
Oh, is that so? I'll explain everything then. I'll give them a call now. They should know what their daughter has been up to. They should know about the divorce and about your financial decisions. It's the right thing to do. Afterward, I called Amanda's parents and explained everything that had happened. Over the phone, I heard her father collapse and someone calling for an ambulance. A few days later, Amanda was secured by her furious parents and forcibly sent back to her family home. Apparently, the $200,000 debt was real, and now she's living at home while slowly paying it off. As for my son Connor, he says he's done with marriage for a while, and is focusing entirely on work. He has a strong, reliable presence, just like his father used to have.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.